Hey guys, it's Charlie. It is September 10th, Thursday. I'm sunburnt, you can probably tell. Thanks to everybody who sent me messages wondering if I was pitched into a FEMA camp or whatever, because I've been gone for about a week. I should have made that announcement last week that I was going to I was on a business trip from Sunday till last night. So, any rate, I'm back. And after trying to catch up with the news, I tried to take a few days where I didn't listen to anything. Then I went into a mode of trying to gauge the pulse of the people in Portland, where I was at, and try to gauge where their thoughts were on the economy. And frankly, I was horrified. I was absolutely horrified by being in this state that has well over well into the double-digit unemployment. And even on Tuesday and Wednesday, there's ample people standing around doing nothing, And I talked to some of the professional people there, and they're saying that some of the accounting type jobs or business type jobs, sales jobs, have hundreds of applicants for it. But then you have a giant segment of the economy out there that doesn't want to do anything. So they stand around and they're waiting. They're waiting for their free program to come down the pike. And I've been in a lot of really, really leftist places in my life, but I got to be honest. Portland is beautiful. It's a beautiful city, but the mentality out there is it's communist almost, in my opinion. But you know what? At least those people that I talk to out there that think that nobody should have to earn anything that they own. It should be that you should have a right. It should be the Constitution should be rewritten to say every American, or not even have to be an American, anybody in the borders of this country should have, as a God-given right, a place to live, God-given right to medical care, God-given right to education. At least these people that I call socialist or communist, that with their point of view, at least they own up to it. At least they'll say, yeah, capitalism sucks. I hate it. It doesn't work. We need more of a socialist type country. At least they've got the guts to call themselves what they are. It's better than the people we have in Washington, D.C., who tell you that they're capitalist, or tell you they're for free market, or tell you they're for their constituents, when the fact of the matter is they're not. And you don't know where you stand with them. And unless you go out and do your own digging or do your own research to the crap that they peddle to you, you will fall into one of two categories. You'll either fall into a left-wing voter or a right-wing voter. And there'll be plenty of things that you can hate your counterpart about. And they'll make sure they keep plenty of fresh talking points in your head. The latest one is the Medical Reform Act, and how these people went home and had their constituents freak out on them, and that put the whole thing on hold. Well, last night the president comes out and he gives another barn burner of a speech, saying nothing, basically reiterating all the crap that he said since he started this legislation. Keep this in mind. Before the Congress went home for their summer break, they were supposed to have that thing done. In the can. Done and signed. That was the plan. That was the ultimate plan. Okay? Here we are, a month later, and they're talking about Nancy Pelosi talking about definitely something by the end of this year. Some people are talking by as soon as Thanksgiving. And it's not going to happen. And here's why it's not going to happen. Number one, it's something to keep your mind occupied, to hate the other guy for. If you're a righty, then you can hate the lefty for it, or vice versa. And it's a good thing to gin up more of this anger amongst each other and not look at what really should be looked at. China dumping the dollar like it's a hot potato. China buying IMF SDRs for the first time ever with their own currency. These countries are fed up with our crap. They're fed up with us printing money out of thin air, and they've had it. And they're about to kick us to the curb. And what are we doing? We're fighting about health care. Well, let me tell you what's going to happen with health care. Nothing. Why? Because if you're a Democrat and you're a representative and you're in Washington, you're in the back pocket of trial lawyers. They're writing this thing. You can't piss them off because they're going to get you reelected. If you're a Republican, you're in the back pocket of the insurance industry, and you're going to fight tooth and nail because you want to get elected. And the government overall, the big agenda to take control of a bigger portion of the economy, the 17% last month that showed an increase in jobs, that was the medical industry, 17% of the economy. That's the only sector last month that showed an increase in jobs, except for government, was the medical industry. So since the medical industry is showing growth, let's crush it by taking it over. Everybody, people I talk to in Oregon, everybody deserves health care. I'm not even going to argue that point. Everybody gets health care. Everybody deserves it. I'm not going to argue that point. What I'm going to say is that this health care change that's coming is not going to be beneficial to you and I, because you're not big insurance or you're not big trial lawyer money. If you were, you'd be taken care of. If you were, you wouldn't care what happened to the little people, because you're never going to be on that government plan. If I hear one more Democrat pundit yell Medicare for everybody, everybody, that's ridiculous. Medicare's failed miserably. It's broke. It can't pay its bills. It's in deficit. You want to do that for the entire country? Really? Who's going to keep lending us money so we can do that? Well, I don't know, Charlie. Look at the bond sales. They're going through the roof. Yeah. All right, let's talk about that. In the last week, 30-year bonds, $12 billion. 3 years, $38 billion. 10-year, $20 billion. Selling like hotcakes. Yeah, they're selling better than they have since 2007. How is this possible? Who on this planet is saying, America, that's where I should put my money? I know if you listen to the pinheads on television, they'll tell you that it's because we are the economic engine of the world. No, I think what we are is the economic idiots of the world at this point, because we have our Federal Reserve buying debt from other central banks who take the dollars that the Federal Reserve just gave them to buy their debt and buy our treasuries. That's how it's happening. These countries aren't buying them just out of the goodness of their heart because they like pouring money into a black hole. What a scam. And the sad part is very few people know about it and even less care. They could care less. All they want to hear is Dow Jones today hits an all-time high for this year, and they think the economy's doing just great. Don't worry, though, because continuing unemployment claims were unexpectedly down to 550,000. Little print at the bottom after last week's numbers were revised up 17,000. But good news, 159,000 people unexpectedly came off the unemployment rolls. Why? Because they found jobs? Is that why? No. They ran out of benefits. That's not a shock to you if you watch this channel, because by the end of this year, over 1 million people are going to be without unemployment insurance. So the game continues. The lies go on. A reset button is hit in the mind of most sheeple in this country over the holiday weekend, and here we go again. Dow Jones is running up. A new life is under the wings of the government talking heads, and we're right back on track. We're going to keep printing money, pretending the economy is okay. Meanwhile, executive pay is getting higher, people's work weeks getting shorter, their pay is getting decreased, and you're being told everything's better and it's for your own good. And we'll sprinkle a little swine flu in about 3 weeks, and that'll be the smoke and mirrors show for that time. So, any rate, thanks to everybody who sent me messages worried about where I went, and I am probably going to have a video out tomorrow. Then I have to leave again until Monday, so I'll probably do a video tomorrow, and that'll be it till Monday. Anyway, that's all I got.